Alright, we're back, guys. Sorry about that crash. Didn't even expect it. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know what happened there. Take two, yes sir. But for me, whenever I film, take two never works. Usually it's like take five. So let's not do based off takes. To be honest, I was just gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna go back on live. But I was like, nah, like it happened last week as well, so I'm gonna give it another go. Start from the top. What do you mean? All right, let me get back into this, guys. Okay, so as I was saying on GU, now we came sold off all the way down to this kind of support level right here. Okay, bit of a weird level, but you can see how we had, I'm not even gonna even call this an IC, but it was the last down candle for the up move, and price came off this area, reacted and pushed up. Now it was easy to catch the buy last week off this area. Now obviously on the Friday it was very weird price action, but if you drop down to the 15-minute time frame, the minute we had that break of structure right here for me, okay, so see we had price pushed up above this high. When we had that break of structure, for me, it was ready to buy up, especially after, see these 3 consecutive candles, very strong, okay? So these 3 consecutive candles usually shows that smart money is in the market currently, okay? 3 consecutive candles like this. So create 3 consecutive very bullish strong candles, and all it did was just retrace down, and this is where you could have bought, okay? Now if you take a look right here, it made a bullish engulfing candle, engulf this candle, and then it made a continuation candle, scenario number 1, where it played into the open, and this is where you could have bought, and then just create a continuation candle right here, and boom, pushed up. Where could you have had your take profit? Just at this level right here, the resistance level, or maybe a tiny bit above it, depending on where you want to go, or maybe here or there. Okay, different areas. These are potential take profit levels, so you don't miss out. So personally, for me, I always like to take partials, okay, partial profits at different key levels, because at the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is go into a trade and end up not obviously taking a tiny bit of profit. It does give you hit mentally, okay, and you just got to pay yourself once in a while, okay? Just pay yourself. You're not always going to get high pip counts, etc. Last week for me personally, I'm not going to lie, took 3 trades. I won those 3 trades. My first trade on a Tuesday, 20 pips. The second trade was 40 pips, and then the 4th trade was on the Thursday, which gave me, I think it was 40 pips as well. So that week I realistically only caught like 100 pips, I think. Not a lot compared to some other people who claim that they take profit every week around 1,000 pips, but 100 pips a week, that gave me a nice, I think it was like 6% increase on my account. So look, you can't catch them all. Pay yourself, because it's all these little profits that you take along the way. That's what's going to eventually push up your account, okay? And I'm going to share that account. I'm going to share, I'm going to do an analysis of one of my accounts very soon, okay? So I've been preparing an account, which I want to do a complete analysis, maybe in the next 2 months, okay? I'm going to give you guys the analysis of how I managed the trades, how I grew that account, etc. Just to give you guys a live experience, because no, people like to always complain in the Forex industry, you never show your live account, you never show your live account. Well, obviously we like to keep our privacy. You know, we don't want to always share accounts, but I made an account specifically for that reason, so you guys can actually see my account. Okay? And it's not a very small account either, it's actually fairly big, so there's that off topic. Okay. Take a look at Gbp Jpy. Okay, so as you guys already know, the JPY is very weak, okay? And GBP is very strong. You can already see that as well on Euro JPY. Okay, so Euro JPY, all it did really right here was push up, retest back to this level. Okay, you can see it's a fairly strong level right here. It's hard for the market to push past this level, very reactive level right here. You can see that right there. Okay, so strong support in the past. and then price pushed up, retraced, filled in all those imbalances. You can see how price came exactly back to the level that it broke right here, see, and just continue to push up. Obviously a bit weird price action right here in the past 2 days on Friday and Thursday, but overall we're still looking for up on your JPY, and you can clearly tell that on the higher time frames. Okay, now my bad, I was meaning to do some divergence analysis on these pairs. I wanted to go through some divergence, but instead I'm just going to go through divergence on Tuesday because it's really helpful to kind of see, okay, to compare two correlated pairs. Okay, divergence is basically just comparing two correlated pairs. You put on a line chart, okay, so, and then you simply just take a look at what the market has been doing, okay, and you just notice. So for example, if I was comparing your JPY and AUD JPY, and they're both going like this, and then one went like that, okay, and then the other one, for example, went like this, okay, made a bit of a different move, or created a lower high instead of a higher high, or just made anything different, okay, you can compare between the two different pairs, and it'll tell you usually where the other pair will go, okay, so it'll tell you it's getting ready for a big move, some sort of reversal, etc. That's basically what divergence is, for anyone asking. How many trades you take per week? It really depends, honestly. It depends. Sometimes I take no trades a week. Sometimes I take like 10 trades a week. It depends on the week. You know, I don't like to cap myself. I think GBP will be continuing up. So on a 4-hour time frame, I believe, hopefully, this is what I want to happen. I want it to come down. I want to check out the 8-hour actually as well. 6-hour. Okay, 8-hour. Okay, not nice at all. Okay, so I want it to come down to 12-hour. So this is what I'm looking at. I want price to come down to this level, touch the open of here, and then push up, and eventually clear these highs up here. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. So Monday I want it to drop down, but remember, it's bank holiday tomorrow, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But sorry guys. What was I saying? Okay, so as you can see right here, based on drawing, you probably already know what I was talking about. I was talking about that I wanted GA to go down lower. Okay, so we had these triple lows, and I wanted to fill in the imbalance. That's what I was looking for on GA. Okay, now for USD CAD, sorry, I wasn't even talking about USD CAD. What I was talking about is the, let's start from GU again. I've already went over GU, my friend. What's an FU candle? An FU candle is basically any candle that takes liquidity, okay? That's an FU candle. So this is an FU candle. Now the FU candle can be the institutional candle as well, Okay, so for example, it's the last down candle before the up move, but as well, it is the candle that has the big wick that clears the liquidity. So that's an FU candle. But in some instances, you have the FU candle separately that takes liquidity, and then you have the last up candle, which is not the FU candle. Okay, sometimes you have the institutional candle, and then you have the FU candle that comes after it. See, that's different. And then there's this type of kind of pattern. My drawing is horrific. Whoa. So you can see how the FU happens on different candles right here. Yeah, I don't like to draw on the mouse. It's hard. What, you think GJ is going to drop? Personally, no. I think GJ is still going to be pushing up. Okay, it's looking very, very bullish. GP's very, very bullish. Personally, I don't like to take a look at a lot of pairs. I like to stick to, personally, I only trade GPUSD, okay? I might trade another pair here and there, you know, once in a while. Maybe EUR-JPY, EUR-USD, but GPUSD for me is the main one. And it pays, okay? It pays. So the thing is, a lot of people, they think that to increase your chances of being profitable, to be active in the market, you need a lot of pairs. And they think that the more pairs you master, okay, the more pairs you master, the more pairs you look at, the more chances that you have. No. In fact, if you stick to one pair, that's going to pay you enough. Trust me, it's going to pay you enough. It will give you many, many chances, okay? And it'll give you many, many opportunities, and high probable opportunities at that, because it's going to be a pair where you study every single day. You understand the movements. It's going to be basically at the back of your palm. Okay, you're going to understand it. This is why I like to. Just stick to one pair. And personally, for me, GPSD, it's volatile, moves a lot, it pays well. Exactly. Just bro knows you makes the money. Exactly, it pays well. So it's a pair that I like. Okay, and it's a pair that I understand. I know it from the back of my heart. If I close my eyes, I can probably tell you what the price action looks like right now. Okay. So it's like an IC but with a wick, is it, bro? It's any ice, it's any candle that takes liquidity is an FU candle. Okay, not true. All I trade is GU and NAS. Nice. You have to master one pair, not millions. Correct. I mean, you can trade multiple pairs. Why is my fan on my PC acting up? My PC is acting up so much today. You hear that, guys? Somehow my fan's acting up in the PC, but whatever. Probably gonna throw this in the bin. Get a new one. Okay, so and this is exactly why I don't really like to analyze so much pairs on streams, because I don't like to just like say, okay, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down, etc. I like to only go over the pairs that I actually do analyze. But here's the thing: the beautiful thing is, because pairs are correlated. So if, for example, I analyze GU, okay, if I analyze GU, then most of the time GJ is going to go the same way. Okay, pretty much 90% of the time GJ is going to go the same way. So you know. Do you always wait for BOS, or do you take the trade off the IC? So personally, okay, what I like to see is I like to see the break of structure happen first, okay, before I take that IC. It really depends on the method that you're kind of trading for. I know some people, they solely wait for an accumulation or distribution schematic, okay, and then they'll wait for that spring to happen or that UTAD to happen, and then they'll wait for that break of structure, okay? So for example, if you get the spring, they'll wait for the break of structure on that spring right here, and then once you get the break structure, they'll buy on that test. Okay, some people get the UTAD, once again break structure and buy on test. I do pretty much the same thing. I know about the Wyckoff schematic and stuff like that, but I don't really trade them, to be honest with you. Find that the simple stuff works for me. Don't have to overcomplicate it. Okay, so I do prefer to see a break of structure first before entering a sell or a buy trade. So for example, go back to that GU trade right here that I got into. See how it was. Personally, like, especially like, I wouldn't try to sell this right here if I didn't see that break of structure, because it's so bullish. Okay, I need some sort of confirmation to tell me that price is going to go down. So then when it fails to create a high, that's number one. It broke structure, that's number two. Okay, then that was enough confirmation for me to be able to sell from here. Okay, might have not worked out. Maybe it was just a whipsaw action trying to clear liquidity on both sides, but most of the time it's going to probably be some sort of reversal. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a reversal to the down to the end of the earth. No, it just means that it's going to be a pullback. It's just a break structure on that specific time frame. Now on the day time frame, would you have noticed that break structure? No, you wouldn't have. All right, if you haven't already, guys, remember, make sure to drop a like on that stream. Be really, really appreciated. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at let's take a look at EuroCAD next. Okay. 1 second. Just want to see what's wrong with this PC making all that noise. Okay. Okay. Got rid of that noise. Nice. All right. Let's take a look at EuroCAD. So, AU, please. Oh, yeah, look at AU UJ broke resistance on 1 hour. It's going to test an order block for that move. I think all GPYs might be bullish for a while. Yeah, I personally think so too. JPY is looking very, very weak in general. EuroCAD, I think more down movement on EuroCAD. Okay. I think there is an opportunity for a sell. There was an opportunity for sell anyways last week. I think it's up to 2 hour. Thanks, will make sense now. No problem, mate. Yeah, so there was an opportunity for sell on EuroCAD last week. See how we had that nice bullish candle right here, FU candle, cleared that high, dropped, and you could have got in on that retest up here. Now it might be hard to kind of see off that 2 hour time frame, but if you really dropped into that 15-minute time frame, you can see how price dropped. Okay, and look how once we broke that structure on the 15-minute time frame, see how we're just going up. Once we got that break of structure right here, structure broke. All it did was just retest up here, and now it dropped even more. Okay, and overall you can target these lows now. See these lows, these lows, these lows. Okay, more down movement on EuroCAD. Now if you missed a smaller time frame trade, you can always get in on a larger time frame trade. So for example, let's see the 12 hour. Think, yeah, okay, so 12 hour has an IC right here, so you can actually gain on that sell right here. Best chances to get into these trades probably will be usually is tomorrow. Okay, usually is the Monday because the trap day. The trap day will usually go it will go against what the rest of the week will usually go. Okay, for a candle, you're looking for buys. Interesting. Personally, would not go against the trend at the moment. I mean, it did break structure on a 4 hour time frame, but it didn't break structure relative to like the daily time frame, which is what this structure really is. It's the daily time frame structure and the weekly time frame structure. So if you take a look at that weekly time frame, it only created a continuation candle right here. Very weak. No sign of strength here at all. Okay, very weak. I think there is a buy setup on EURUSD. This is nice. Okay, I'm gonna look for a buy here personally myself on EURUSD. This I see not much to explain right here. Very beautiful textbook, nice looking setup. See, clear the lows right here. The most volume will be in this. Yeah, nice big 1 hour IC. See, the 2 hour looks good as well. So personally would be aiming for that 2 IC to buy up, because you can see how we had this like resistance up at this level. We have a lot of highs that we could ride up along the way, and you can potentially take partials at these levels right here. Okay, so this nice imbalance as well that I'm going to potentially be targeting in the long run. All right, I'm going to skip down here and look at, oh yeah, Bitcoin 50K. Here we go. Okay, I mean, since I've called it that day on the live stream, I don't think it's ever come back to that 16,000 level. I'm happy, you know, we're chilling. All us Bitcoin riders are just chilling, just pushing up and pushing up. Not much to go through here. It's just right to the moon. More and more confirmations come every day. Okay, more and more confirmations come every day. Bigger institutions and boys are just hopping into the markets on this, like Tesla, for example, last week. And I think another company or bank got in on this is when they bought like 150 million or billion. Can't actually remember what it was, but I remember reading an article about it earlier on. EN4 has an untapped order block as support, but I am a bit worried about the double bottom as liquidity might be resting there. I'll take a look at EN in a bit. EN was a beautiful, I do remember EN was a beautiful accumulation schematic. Okay, so yeah, there was a nice buy on EN right there. Okay, whoa, yeah, okay. So there was a buy right here. This was an accumulation schematic right here. There was a nice buy on EN right at this level. You can see once it broke the structure right here. This was the breaker structure. See how price came back down, retested this breaker structure multiple times. Still buying up. This is looking very, not looking beautiful, but you're talking about that 4-hour IC, which I cannot, okay, think here. Okay, I don't think, look, I don't think personally that if we were looking to buy in a specific market, if this is bullish, okay, if this is looking to buy up, it's not going to come down here. Okay, I don't think it's going to come down here. It's already done that. It's already made its move. It's already broken structure. It's already came down, retested, made the accumulation, okay, and then boom, trended. Now it's reaccumulating. Okay, now we're looking for a retrend up. Okay, personally, if it comes down here, then it signifies for us to just push through this level. Like, I don't think that it's going to actually retest or react off this I see here at all. Okay, so personally, if it does come down to this level, it's going down. But like, realistically, if you take a look overall at the higher time frame, you can kind of see how we are bearish. Okay, we're very bearish. This was just a pullback, so potentially look for a new move lower, and we do have more liquidity on the downside. Okay, and all the market did right here at that low was just leave more liquidity to want to be cleared at this level right here. Gold, interesting, very, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, gold, very, very nice, moving nicely. I know some people capitalized on this last week. We were able to get in on the buy, obviously on the daily time frame, still have that markup from last week. Beautiful buy at the 88.6 level. Okay, pushed up, came down, filled in. There is fill in that imbalance. Sorry, I'm gonna switch to the highlighter because I prefer it. See, fill in that imbalance, and then touch that 4-hour IC. See, and that's looking for up. So overall, I'm still looking for up on gold. Clear this high, potentially this and this double top, and then this eventually. Still very bullish on gold. It's just taking its time. Okay, it's just accumulating, reaccumulating, accumulating, reaccumulating. Overall, on the higher time frames, like, yeah, it is looking. It's not looking. Fibs are dead. I disagree. Depends on how you use them. Okay, everything. Everything really depends on how you use it. Okay, really depends on how you use it. For me, I like to use it as the way of looking at discounted and premium areas. Okay, so looking at where prices are cheap for the banks and institutions to buy from, and expensive prices for the banks and institutions to sell from. Okay, I know people use extensions to place take profits and stuff like that. I don't really use it that way, but I disagree with the fact that it's dead, because it's not dead, but it really depends on what you use it. But I wouldn't solely trade off a fib. It's just an extra confirmation, just like everything else. Because trading Forex is simply just building up confirmation to then get into the trade. Okay, if you only have one or two, yeah, you don't get into that trade. That's all it is, simple. The only thing that's worrying me about that weekly candle on gold, it did try to test up here. Okay, it came up and it tried to push up, but it failed. It really did fail, and it just dropped down a large wick and it closed very weak. So sign of weakness right here on that candle. So it's looking like a continuation candle. So who knows, maybe we could be looking for even lower prices down to this level. Okay, it's not completely out of the question, but honestly, time will tell, price action will tell, and we're gonna react. Okay, we're not gonna just predict and stick and be stubborn to the analysis that we do today. No, we're gonna let the week play out, and we're gonna react to that. That's how trading is. Okay. Any other pairs that you guys want me to go over? I think this is pretty much it. I'm gonna go over AU because someone asked. AU overall very bullish. You guys saw how I already wanted to sell GA, so AU obviously for me is bullish. See how we broke that trend line right here that we had. We broke that trend line, retested that trend line, pushed up. We had an IC. So your paid signals would only work for GPUSD? No, that's not true. We have another trader. Okay, so it's not just me actually sending out the signals. Okay, but that's not true. For me personally, I prefer GPUSD, but doesn't mean that I can't trade other pairs. So I do send out signals for all pairs. Okay, but for me personally, for my own accounts, I prefer GBP USD. Okay, because that's the pair that I think I understand the absolute most. It's the pair that I know the best. Okay, just know the characteristics of it. And remember, each pair has different characteristics. Just like every other person, to understand a person, you really have to study them. And GPUSD is probably one of the pairs that I studied the most. Okay, it is one of the standard pairs. It is one of the pairs, probably one of the most traded pairs out there. Okay, in the world, including like EURUSD. So yeah, so you're talking about AUDSD, so you could have bought right here on that 2 hour. So I see right here 50% of it push up. Now I do believe, I think we had a 45-minute candle. Yeah, see the 45-minute candle right here? That was absolute sniper entry. Now I personally would have taken it off the 45-minute. Why? I'm not gonna go into that today, but I'm going to go over that Tuesday because it's very, very important. But basically, it's the area where there is the most volume. Now, a lot of people ask me what I see is the best to take from. Okay, usually I say whatever looks visually best, but I'm going to show you guys another step further to kind of understand and to pick out exactly what I see on what time frame to choose from. Okay, and the simple answer is just basically of whichever one has the most volume. Okay, because going back to how the institutions work, okay, you have to understand where did the selling start coming in from the banks. Where did the banks come in to sell? Obviously, so for example, we had these lows right here. The banks came in to sell obviously at this level. Okay, so they sold here, okay, to clear that liquidity, and now they're holding all this drawdown. Okay, they're holding all of this drawdown, and all they did right here is, it's not the fact that they just want to clear that retail money, because not just retail at these lows, it's the smaller institutions, it's hedge funds. Okay, so it's not just the retailers that they're trying to target. Realistically, even if you put all the three retailers together, it's not going to be that much. What the banks have to do, they can't simply just buy or sell. Okay, they have to they basically have to get their orders filled in. Okay, so when you're getting stopped out, you're basically selling your position back to the market, and when you're selling it back to the market, okay, remember there's a trader on every side. So if you're selling, okay, if for example, if you're buying right here and you have a stop loss at this level, when your stop loss gets hit, it's basically a sell order. Okay, so when that sell order gets hit, okay, then basically the banks can come in and take that spot to buy your sell. Okay, so you're selling it back to the banks, and they're coming in now, because now they're able, since all the people right here sold their orders because that stop loss got triggered, okay, the banks are now able right here to get their massive orders filled in, massive lots, and now they're able to buy, because previously without your stop losses they wouldn't have been able to fill in any of their orders. Okay, there wouldn't have been enough positions in the market to be able to push up price higher. Okay, and then this is the area, obviously right here, this is mitigation. This is where they're able to close out that sell right here. Okay, that sell right here where they were in loss all this time, and then when they potentially came down here, this is where they closed out their trade at break even. Okay, and now they have enough positions accumulated to be able to buy from this area. Okay, so the accumulated price, this level, and then pew, pushed up. So that was a bit of valuable information, a bit of a deeper understanding into how smart money works there, guys. So take notes. I never drop this type of information on YouTube, to be honest, but why not? Okay, I just did it once, whatever. So yeah, but I will be going over this again deeper on Tuesday, guys. So anyone that's on the premium group, make sure you tune into Tuesday, because I'm not going to stress how important that is. Your channel's pretty good. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I do my best. Oh, AUD and ZD spiked. Any other pairs, guys, before I go? Any other questions that you have about trading, our group, whatever it is that you want to ask about, let me know. Oh yeah, update about the app, guys. I didn't want to update anyone about the app and the thing, because I know we always like run into some sort of delay, you know, especially with like the release of the app. We just want to make sure that there's no bugs before we release it. But finally, we are able to test it out. It's working perfectly, and we're going to be dropping onto the Play Store and App Store tomorrow. So yeah, all of you guys are going to be able to get access to that app, or you're obviously going to be able to get your signals, etc. Now, I know a lot of people ask me as well about, yeah, if they're not on their phone, how are they going to get signals if we're not going to push it on Telegram? Well, on the website as well, in your My Account section, you'll be able to receive them signals. Okay, starting from maybe like Tuesday, I think we're going to enable that feature. Okay, so no worries about that there. Keep this live session up. Need to watch it from the start. Yeah, no problem. I will do. I'm going to render it, and yeah, it'll get processed and it'll go automatically up. Thanks, no problem, mate. So I'm going to wait 1 more minute, see if there's any more questions, and then I'm going to end this. Also really happy with the signal performance last week. Okay, as you already guys know, we have a new trader on the team. Okay, we recruited a new trader, setting out amazing signals. It's going really well, and looking forward again to the signals this week, what he produces. We're looking forward to a successful trading week. Okay, so if you guys are interested in hopping on, make sure to look up fuacademy.io and head on to one of our plans in the membership section. And it's an all-in-one package, so you get access to the course, you get access to the signals, you get access to the 5 Zoom calls a week. Okay, so now not only do I do the Zoom calls, we have Scott Adams and we also have Kieran as well on the team doing 5 Zoom calls a week shared between us. So it's great, plenty of value, guys. Please, what's the name of the app? Name of the app, it's going to be just FU Academy. The app's just going to be specifically FU Academy, but it's not out yet, so you're not going to be able to find it, but you should be able to find it sometime next week. Is there a specific session you're entering trades or any time? I like to enter trades at the open of each session, so like New York or the open of New York or open of London, because usually that's when the manipulation occurs, and I like to get in like an hour or two after that manipulation. Okay, and usually that's scenario number 1 set up. Cheers, lad, no problem. Excellent, more recording, bro. Yeah, so once I end this stream, that recording is going to be up on my channel in the video section. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate everyone for hopping on, and I wish you guys a successful trading week. Have a good week.